Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's Sunday is going fine. Mine is going great. I just came on today because I was thinking about something. Um, I was thinking about, like, how when you watch content creators and it's their family members or they live in the same household and they vlogging, say, like, for instance, like Vlogtober. And if they're vlogging and you see them out at the same spot, and then they're vlogging, and then they upload their vlog, and then you start watching it, and about what their content is about, and you know what they did that day or whatever. And then, like 4 or 5 days later, you see the other person that lives in the same household with them. It's the same content. We've already saw that content. How do y'all feel about that? Do you feel like you watching the same thing? I feel like that. I feel like I'm watching the same thing that I just saw from the other person that live in the same household. So is that fair to say that that's different content for that person, or do you think they should go out and make their own content on something different instead of the same thing? What do y'all think? I mean, it's like I'm looking at the same thing, the same video, but just a different person recording it. But needless to say, um, I'm just trying out this recording on StreamYard to see how it works for me. If I like to go live or do I like to do the pre-recorded. I'm just trying this out. Like I say, I'm learning all this stuff on my own, step by step. And I just want to see how I'll do on that. But other than that, I hope everyone is having a good Sunday. It was 85 degrees today here. That's still hot. And we're in October, guys. I know I'm rushing it or whatever, but I think I'm ready for the snow. I really do. I think I'm ready for it. I'm just over this hot heat, you know? I'm just over it. Even though I'm gonna still be going through my own summer with these hot flashes. I don't know about y'all, but I I don't want to say I'm premenopausal because I've been in menopause since I was in my 30s. So it wouldn't be make me no difference, but I'm ready for some snow. And I hope it snows on my birthday. My birthday is in December. It's coming up. I'm getting older. It's like the older I get, the more depressed I get. But I know that's life, and we supposed to age. But I like to hope to say that I'm aging gracefully. I really do. I couldn't decide what I wanted to cook today. Yesterday I made liver and onions, which I don't eat liver and onions, so I have to cook two different types of meat because I don't like that. I mean, I know everybody say it's good for you, but it's not for me per se. I don't like it. But other than that, I'm trying to decide what I want to cook today. I thought about baking some chicken, not covered up chicken. I want it to be, you know how, like, when you bake it in the oven you put foil over it or whatever. I don't want foil over it. I want to bake it open. That's why I want to try it like that. But guys, these chicken legs were so huge. I've never seen chicken legs big like this. I'm like, what are they putting in these chickens' legs? I would like to see the chicken before they get it ready to go in the store. I really would, because I know that chicken thighs ain't that big. That chicken thighs was almost size as my thighs. I'm like, wow. I can just imagine what the breasts look like. That was a huge chicken. And I know this weekend was hunting season weekend for deers. And those poor little deers is probably running for their life. My God. I don't know. I just don't believe in harming animals, and I just don't like it because the time of morning that I leave and go out, it's still dark, and where I live, it's like a not a one. I don't want to say a rural area, but the street that I go down in the morning time is still dark, and you have to be really careful. You have to make sure you paying attention to what you're doing because I've had so many encounters with deers out here where I live. I don't know. That time of morning is when they hunting. You know what I'm saying? And they running. And then when they say when you see one deer, there's more deer, and they're not lying because I know one morning I was coming back and I was on my way back home and it had got I want to say it was around 7, like almost daylight. And when I saw this deer, that was the biggest deer I ever seen in my life. It was something out of a movie because it was still dark. And you know how like you see a silhouette or something, but I didn't see it until I was almost up on it. And that deer was galloping and I could just see like you know how you trace like you know how when you coloring and you trace the outline of the picture that you're getting ready to color, but this was outlined in white. And when I say it was so beautiful though, but I was in shock because I had just started living out here and I was coming back from giving my brother a ride to work and I was coming back home and that deer was galloping, but I didn't see it until I got up on it. But I wasn't on it real close. And when I say that was the biggest deer I ever seen in my life, it was huge. I don't know if that was a male or a female. Is the males bigger than the females? But anyway, so as the deer crossed the street, that's when I come across the path where he just ran and he stopped. We both looked at each other at the same time. And it was like, it was so beautiful to me, but shocking. That makes sense. Because, honey, if I would have hit that deer, I wouldn't be sitting up on doing this record video right now. If I would have been taken out of here because it was that big, and I was driving a little Nissan Sentra, and he would have tore that car up, and me too, and we both would have died. But the way he looked at me as if to say, "I'm so glad you didn't hit me," and I said to myself, "And I'm so glad I didn't hit you either." But it was the most beautifulest thing I ever seen. But I couldn't believe my eyes of what I saw. And I be telling people this story all the time because it's always stuck in my mind. So now I'm on high alert. People don't believe that that was the biggest deer I ever seen in my life. I came encounter with a big old, he looked like Sasquatch. I know I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but that's how big that deer was. It was huge. It could do damage to a car, put it like that. He could do damage. And so after that, I just always would stay focused. And so after that, I would always run into deers. And that time of morning, they say deers come out from dusk till dawn. And that is so true. It is so true. And so when the next encounter I came out coming to like one or two here, or they one just running across the streets. It's random. It's you're gonna see that out here where I live. But I didn't realize it to how this one street I go down, I see them all the time. But one particular morning I was coming down my street coming home and I had seen, you know how you see the first part of their head and then the whole body comes out. And I had to literally stop. Now, mind you, the speed limit down this street is 50. It's 50. Okay. 50 miles per hour. So I'm doing about, I want to say, because I know that these deers come out on this street. So basically, I'm going about, I want to say about 45. And I seen the peak of his head, and then I seen his whole body, and I just stopped in the street. I made sure there wasn't no cars behind me. I would have gradually started slowing down, but I just stopped. And when I say I stopped, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deers. It was the mama and her babies. It was the mama and her baby deer. She was having them cross the street. And so I waited to make sure that they wasn't going to turn around and come back across the street. So I moved on. I proceeded. It went on. And so ever since then, now I take my time down that street because I know I've been driving down this street going on. I want to say I've been living out here, what, almost 3.5 years. So I expect that. Okay. And you got to be alert and you got to be careful because I don't want to harm them and I don't want to harm myself because I that would really hurt me if I hit a deer. It really would. I don't want to hit no animal. I'm an animal lover. I'm an animal advocate. I don't believe in harming animals. I just don't. And I don't want to ever harm one. So I be cautious and careful. And then you have other cars that be flying down that street. You know, they could hit a deer. You know, like it was an incident. They're building new houses on this freeway that I get on every morning, and they're turn down these trees and wooded areas where they building up these new houses. And so deers are randomly running on the freeway now. And this lady, it was a real bad accident about a month ago. A deer was on the highway around 6:30 in the morning, and this man in a truck hit the deer. He knocked the deer up, and it landed on her windshield. And the lady died, y'all. She passed away. That was a bad, bad, bad wreck. Traffic was backed up for hours and hours. And it was early in the morning. This lady woke up that morning not knowing what her day was going to be, not knowing that she wasn't going to never come back home again. That's why I say that to say this. God woke us up this morning on this beautiful Sunday morning. He woke us up to rejoice in it. We shouldn't wake up talking about people tearing one another down. Be joyful that you're in this beautiful world that God lets you breathe and walk and talk and enjoy your family in. Don't have your time consumed up talking about another individual when you don't even know this person. You never met this person in your life. Be thankful because somebody didn't get to wake up this morning, y'all. Is somebody at a hospital right now on the bedside of their family member that's about to take their last breath. Okay? I just get real tired of it. There's just so much hate and envy on these YouTube streets. Why? You don't even know these people. You never met these people in your life. But you sit and you watch these people day after day after day. And I guess you build up a rapport in your mind, thinking that you these people and you done got infatuated with these people. So you want to keep just talking about them and talking about them. Why? Why? What do you have to gain about that? What do you have to gain in that? Nothing. Not one thing. I don't get it. In the land that I come from, I believe in uplifting people. I want everybody to do great. I'm not saying that I believe in rainbows and lollipops and everything is this and that and a fairy tale. I'm just saying treat people the way you want to be treated. It's not hard to do. Because at the end of the day, when you sitting up alone and no one else is around, what goes through your mind? I would like to know that. What goes through your mind? Are you that broken? Does that make you feel good doing that? That's not cool at all. Do you have kids? I'm sure you have kids. Yeah, I know you got kids. You have kids. You have grandkids that's going to grow up in this world. What are you going to teach them? Kids mimic everything you do. When you think a child is not watching, trust and believe they watching. I have a niece that watches me like a hawk. She admires her Aunt Donna. That's why I try to walk and talk like how I would want her to treat people in this world. Okay? She's being bullied at her age right now. And she's only 9 years old. And I have to tell her that person is going through something. A 9-year old. They have feelings too. They have a mind of their own. That's why I say kids watch everything you do. So be careful what you say and how you move around them. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. I know this video might be all over the place, but that's what's on my heart today. My heart is heavy today about this. I wake up every morning. As soon as I open my eyes, I say, thank you, Lord. Thank you for allowing me to wake up today, because someone didn't. I'm not a Bible thumper or anything. I'm just saying, stop. Try to focus on something else to be positive on. Talk about yourself. Talk about what's going on in your life. Is your life that boring? You don't want to talk about your life? You want to throw it on somebody else and bring up their life and their shortcomings? That's not cool. It's not cool at all. You throw rocks and hide your hands. But I just will not follow a person that do that. That just, ooh, that puts bad energy in my life. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. But YouTube just keeps on recommending it. I guess it's recommending it because I used to support that person, but I don't know more. Because I figured, what can I take away from this video? What positive thing can I take away from this video? And I think to myself, nothing. Nothing. I'm 57 years old. I know right from wrong, and I know that's wrong. It's ugly, and it makes you look ugly. What do you see when you look in the mirror? What? I'll wait. Right. You can't say why you're doing it. Why? And I'm the type of person, I am a leader, not a follower. I don't follow behind a person that's doing that every day, day in and day out, just digging and digging and digging, saying hateful things. It makes you look bad. It makes you look like you're a stalker. That's stalkerish stuff. Anyway, back on a good note, I'm going to try and have me a wonderful, blessed week, and I hope everyone else does the same. I love each and every one of you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this pre-recorded video. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day and a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.